Hi, welcome to Start Study and Score. Mo physics ro classes upload करची and as well as I thought of uploading this electronics classes for class 11. जो माने नहीं चाहते electronics as a optional paper, they can also follow it. Okay. So today I am starting with तुमर जोटा अच्छी रेजिस्टेंसेस. फर्स्ट वन इज रेजिस्टेंसेस अच्छी. रेजिस्टेंस कौन कौन तुम मैंने पढ़ुच सेटार गोटे कंटेंट करची मु लिस्ट करची. टाइप्स ऑफ रेजिस्टेंसेस, what are variable resistances, what is the color code, what is the power rating of a resistor, what is the specific resistance of a resistor. Now what are the combination of resistances in rheostat and potentiometer, which we will be studying very briefly. What is Kirchhoff's law and what is Wheatstone bridge. Now I must say, first we need to know what is resistance. Okay, resistance टा कौन जानला परे, units जानला परे, आमे variation of resistance केमिति होउची with temperature that we will know. Then I will go to specific resistance and resistivity. Then last of all, in this part, I will go to what is a resistor. So please stay tuned, have some patience and do like, share and subscribe my videos. Do not play forward, okay? Please be patient and write down in a notebook or have a screenshot of it. I will advise that. So let's start it with what is resistance. But before studying resistance, I need to know what is current, okay? Then I'll go to what is voltage, then I'll come to resistance. So let's get started. As you can see, we have Ohm's law. जोटा हमें class 10 रू पढ़ी के आसी चे, we already studied that. What is Ohm's law? V equals to IR, right? Now what it suggests? That if in a circuit there is a potential difference is developed, that will lead to some kind of current flow in the circuit. Okay, and the voltage divided by I is always a constant, which is called as resistance. So what is the definition of resistance and how it came into account? Why we considered it important? Because as we know that resistances are actually opposition. It is opposition offered by whom? By the conducting material, or we can simply say conductor. Okay. Now, if resistance is the opposition offered by a conductor, to whom? To whom it resists? The flow of current. You must understand this. कि resistance होची actually opposition offered by the conductor to whom? To the flow of current through it. Okay. So it is the qualitative definition of resistance, which is the qualitative definition is it is the opposition offered by any conductor towards the flow of current. Now what is the quantitative definition? As we already mentioned, V equals to IR when V equals to 1 volt, I equals to 1 ampere, then the resistance of the conductor will be the ratio between potential difference V divided by the current flowing through it, that is I. And that would be V by I will be equal to R. So resistance of a conductor is defined as the difference of potential across two ends of a conductor required to pass a unit electric current through it. So you can see I am saying here conductor. What is a conductor? Those who have free electrons in them. Do you know where free electrons are coming from? Do we have any idea? These free electrons, where are they coming from? Now you can see there are some electrons in the outermost orbit of a of an atom which are loosely bound to the nucleus. So these electrons, by some application of potential difference, they will gain energy. And if they gain energy, they will be termed as free electrons, and every conductor contains a large number of free electrons. So when the PD is increased, then there is an electric field. Okay. Now I will make a flow chart of it. When potential difference is applied in a circuit, that will lead to some kind of electric field in the circuit. Okay. And as the material is conductor, the free electron in the conductor experiences some force. What is that force? That force will lead to motion of free electrons. Okay. And these free electrons will consist the flow of current. As we know, the opposite direction motion of free electrons, the opposite of it will be conveyed as the flow of conventional current. So this is it for what we insisted on. What is resistance? What we understood here? What is resistance? And how we will define it, and then we will go to what are the units of it. Resistance has two units, one in SI, another in CGS. Okay, what is SI unit? SI unit is called ohm, or simply like this. Okay, so 1 ohm will be 1 volt. 1 ohm is 1 volt divided by 1 ampere. This is it. Now in CGS system, there are two types of unit for resistance. What are they? One is ESU, unit of resistance, which is called start ohm. You must be knowing it. The name must be familiar to you, or else you can remember. And another is EMU, system of resistance. Okay. Now it is called 1 ab volt. ABBOLT. Okay. Now one start ohm. ESU, in ESU it is start ohm. In EMU it is ab volt. No, this is ab ohm actually. It is ab ohm. Okay, start ohm and ab ohm. Now what is the relation between these two? See, I have written the relation between the ohm and ohm and start ohm. This is 1 ohm equals to 1 divided by 9 into 10 to the power 11 start ohm, and 1 ohm equals to 10 to the power 9 ab ohm. Now what you can do is, you can find out a relationship between 1 start ohm and 1 ab ohm. If you can do it, please do it in your note copy. This is the question for today. I hope you can do it. You just have to establish a relationship between 1 start ohm and 1 ab ohm. You can do it in terms of ohm also. Okay. Now I will go to, as I said earlier, variation of resistance with temperature हमें पढ़िबा बोली कथा होइथिला. So units हमें mention कर सालेनी, resistance कौन कहि सालेनी, but it is not wise to not to show you a picture. So I will show you a picture of resistance. What is a resistance look like? It is also called a resistor. I will write the definition as well. When I'll go to the last tab, you can see what is a resistor. There I will show you what is a resistor, which is specifically combination of resistances. Okay, for our sweep purpose. So I will go to that. Before that, let's understand what is resistance and how it varies with temperature. Normally, what happens if I take resistance? It will vary with temperature. How so? Let's take two temperature. One is 0 degrees Celsius. Another is T degrees Celsius. Now I can say the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius will be R0, and I will denote the resistance at T degree will be RT, thinking that these two will be different. Okay, if not so, we will find out. So how I am going to write it? I will simply write RT equals to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha T. Now you can see I have instructed another two terms here. Okay, what are these two terms? The T is T degree Celsius as always. Alpha is actually temperature coefficient of resistance. You can note it down. Alpha is temperature coefficient of resistance. What is that? Now if I solve this equation, I will find out alpha is actually RT minus R0 divided by R0T. This would be the formula for temperature coefficient, and this would be equation number 1. So temperature coefficient of a resistance is defined as the change in resistances of the particular conductor. This is constant for constant conductor. It is different for different conductors. So it is constant for a specific conductor. Okay. Of specific conductor, it is same, it will be always equal. So alpha equals to RT minus R0 divided by R0T. So it is defined, it will be qualitatively defined as the change in resistances divided by the resistance per degree centigrade rise of temperature. That's why we multiplied the temperature with the resistance. The unit resistance at 0 degree multiplied by the rise in temperature. Okay. So this is the qualitative definition of temperature coefficient of resistance. And what is its unit? Its unit is Coulomb inverse. Okay, C inverse. Now for metals and most of the alloys, it is always positive. Metals, alloy, alpha is always positive. You must remember it because their resistance increase with increase in temperature. Resistance increases when alpha increases. Because they are good conductor of electricity, resistance increases when temperature increases, and that's why resistance increases when alpha, the temperature coefficient, increases, which is the formula we have written, RT minus R0 divided by R0T. So going back to the analysis, metals and alloys have always positive alpha, and if the alpha is, the value is always positive and towards the higher side for metals and alloys. It is lesser for insulator or less than 0, we can say. So this is the basic reason why we use alloys in resistance boxes and metals are used in construction of resistance thermometer. So alloy we use because alpha is smaller for alloys, so they are less heated. Okay, you must understand metals show very high value of alpha. Okay, so they are meant to be used in resistance thermometers. Why so? Because we need to see the rate of this is the construction of resistance thermometers. We need to see how high the alpha, the temperature coefficient, can go. But in alloy, which are actually used in electrical circuits and all that in resistance boxes, these alloys are moderately high value of alpha, and that helps them to less dissipation of heat energy. Okay, That's why we use them in resistance boxes. As I already showed you that if the temperature is increasing, you can see here, if the temperature is increasing, the resistance is also increasing by this formula. This is the first formula we can write, and we derive the alpha value can be found out if we know the changes in resistances according to the temperature change. So we can see if it is, so you can simply notice with the increase in temperature in conductors, the resistance increases, and by how much you can relate it and find out by these two formulas. And I already said that metals and alloys have positive value of temperature coefficient. For metals, it is always high value of alpha, whereas for alloys, as they are mixed metals, that's why they show moderate high value of alpha, which help them to used in as a resistances boxes, and they will dissipate less heat energy. So this finishes your resistances. What is the variation of resistance with temperature. Then I will go to what is specific resistance and resistivity. Before I go to resistivity or specific resistance of a conducting material, I need to show you one thing, which is the Ohm's law. You can simply see here that R completely varies with, it is directly proportional to the potential difference across two terminals of a circuit. Now R is inversely proportional to the current. That what that means? That means if the current is going high, it is bound to the R will be low, isn't it? And if I is going less, that means the resistance is very high. So these things we found out from here, from Ohm's law. Now we also found out that R is proportional to T somehow. If the temperature is changing, the resistance is also changing. That means it is directly proportional, isn't it? And these things we found out previously. Now what is specific resistance and resistivity related to it? We can say that if resistance across a conductor having some length and area of cross section, I can simply say R will be directly proportional to the length of the conductor, and it will be inversely proportional to the area of the conducting body. Okay, and if it is so, then I will combine these two. Okay, first one is the length. I am talking here the physical size of the conductor. Okay, that's why the length and area of the conductor is coming into picture. So R is directly proportional. It is found out, and it is inversely proportional to the area of the conductor. See, if I combine now, it will come to R is proportional to L by A. If I give a proportionality constant to it, then it would be R equals to rho L by A. And this is the formula I wanted for myself. What is the rho here? Rho is basically what we wanted. Rho is the specific resistance or resistivity of a conductor. Okay, and how we are going to define it? We are going to define it. See, if we write, I am erasing these all so that this formula will lead to other revelations. Now R equals to rho L by A. If L equals to 1, A equals to 1, and then we can write resistance is equal to resistivity, isn't it? If length and area of a conductor equals to numerically equals to 1, then the resistance will be equal to the specific resistance or resistivity of that particular conductor. So a conductor having greater area of cross section have more free electrons and it flowing in 1 second, thereby giving a large current. A large current means less resistance. Let me get straight to you. If a body has large area of cross section, okay, that means more free electrons. If there are more free electrons, what will happen? They will move in more quantity. Okay, if they are moving in more quantity per 1 second, so that will lead to more current. Now, if it is more current, that means, as we already studied earlier, I showed you, if it is more current, generally R is less. So, if the area is more, if the area is more will be the current, that means less will be the resistance of the conductor. Okay, so that's how we defined it, and we can also say if the resistance is equal to specific resistance of a material, then they are made up of 1 meter square of area and length is also 1 meter. So what will be the unit of it? Unit of specific resistance or resistivity will be ohm meter. Okay, you can dimensionally prove it, as the formula was R equals to rho L by A. Please place the formula as like that, R A by L. Okay, now R ro dimension kono mo ohm lekhi, R ro dimension ohm lekhi jodi L ro A re koti jibo, dita karo length achi, so that would be meter only. That's how the unit came. Okay, you can also derive it. So unit of resistivity is actually ohm meter, and it also depends upon the temperature just as the resistance does. So resistance jemti follow karuchi T ku mu aguru kahi sarchi, as resistance directly proportional to the temperature, the specific resistance or resistivity will also be proportional to the temperature. How? It will be depending, as the formula for it is, specifically I am writing it, how the specific resistance changes. Rho T will be rho 0 at 0 degrees Celsius whole into square bracket 1 plus C into capital T in Kelvin minus T0. By solving it, we can find out the value of C, which will be rho T minus rho 0. You can see I am writing capital T here, and here I am writing small t. Okay, that means small t means in degrees Celsius, capital T means it is in Kelvin. Okay, so you must mind that T minus T0. So this is the formula indeed for temperature coefficient of resistivity when and it will also increase with the temperature. And how it increases? It increases, this is the first formula for resistivity, and this is the second formula for how to find out the temperature coefficient of resistivity when both the temperatures are given and the resistivity is given. Okay, so it is the change in resistivity divided by the resistivity at 0 degrees Celsius multiplied by the difference in temperature. So this is your resistivity finishes here. Now we can say if these two terms in the denominator are equal to 1. If it is so, then C can be written as rho T minus rho 0. Again, I am reminding you that small t it is written here, so it is in degree at degree Celsius, 0 degree Celsius and T degree Celsius, but T0 equals to 273 Kelvin and T will be 273 degree Kelvin plus the temperature you adding it up. Okay. So you must remember while deriving the formula, you should not confuse it with simply T. Okay. Now here we finishes our specific resistance or resistivity. Now I will go to the last part. What is a resistor? So last part, what is a resistor? Resistor actually is a combination of known resistances, and we made it according to our purpose for regulating the flow of current. You can see here I have given a picture over here. This is a particular picture of a resistor. Okay. Now what is its unit? Ohm basically. I have taken this picture from electricaltechnology.org. You can also search for yourself if you want to. Now you can see the symbol of resistance is like this. Like this. It was the old book form. Now it is being written as this. Simply this. It has of course two terminals. You can see there are two terminals in the resistor. It is made up of copper wire, which is according to the need of the resistor and where it is being added, it is made, and the outer covering is of course with the insulator, and there is some color coding is done here, which I will make you understand in the next part of our this chapter. Okay, now you can see the resistor here is general symbol is like this. I have drawn it, but here it is confirmed to be like a box one. Okay, so this is for resistor. You just need to remember these two. No need to remember others. We will discuss them afterwards. Okay, so these two are important, and this color coding I will be talking to you in the next class. I hope this video will help you with many doubts. If you have any doubt after this video also, please write to me at my YouTube channel in the comment section. We will be solving it together, we promise. And of course we can have online classes live. So if you want to join in, please ping me. So take care, have a good day, do study at home. Bye.